I bet you thought I forgot about my top 7 games of last year video. Or maybe you forgot that I actually do these videos every year. Well, I'm doing one now, so... That didn't make much sense. But whatever.
The signs are fuck! Cocksuckers!
Hello nerds, or whatever the fuck you identify as. And it's that time again, time for the most prestigious Game of the Year awards. My awards. The most useless awards. I mean, these are not useless, these are great games, but yeah, top 7 games that I played last year. That were released last year, not all the games I played, because that would make Mega Man 2 winner every year. Anyway, I got nothing else here, so let's start the list. I should probably put some kind of cool picture with the number here, just to make this more prestigious. Everyone likes monkeys, so I'll put monkeys and the number that the next game's gonna be. Here's number 7.
Number 7.
Well, I bet those weren't the monkeys you were expecting. Still a great band. Go listen to them. They got some catchy tunes. Anyway, number 7 on my list is a game called Journey to the Savage Planet. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why? Because nobody talks about that game, or it's not on anyone else's list, at least what I've seen. So why did I pick this on my list, number 7? Well, I guess I just have better eye when it comes to art and pee-pee poo-poo humor. Yeah, this game's got birds that shit. They're cute birds, but they still shit. What can I say? I'm easily entertained. No, but seriously, I actually do like the humor in this game. I think it's great. You can see like little ads in your spaceship and stuff like that, which are just really funny. I don't know, I really had fun with this game. If you ask me how I describe this game, I'd say it's a first-person shooter, platform kind of game. I feel like it's a first-person version of Jak and Daxter. It's so colorful, and it's got some quirky characters and shit, and there's like a platforming. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of Jak and Daxter. It's got the same vibes. I really dig that. Also, it's got 3 levels, which are kind of like open world, but kind of in a smaller scale, but really dig that. It's just fun to explore the planet you're in, and also you get new tools and skills and weapons, so you can go back to those previous areas you've been to, and you can get to different places, get new stuff, things you collect in this game. I can't really remember that great what you were exactly collecting in this game, but you can get shit from places you've already been, because you get new skills, you get the new places, kind of like Metroidvania too. So Jak and Daxter first-person shooter Metroidvania. How isn't that great? It kind of ticks me off that people seem to have forgotten about this game. I mean, it came January, and for first 2-3 months it was pretty much the only bigger game, I think. So it got some attention back then, but as soon as bigger games came out, this was kind of forgotten, and that's a shame. I think this is a great game and everyone should check this out, because of the pee-pee poo-poo humor. That's great. Look at the cover. The bird takes a dump on that space guy. That's my number 7. Moving on to number 6.
Number 6.
So number 6 on my list is Doom Eternal. Now, you might have heard about this game, Doom Eternal, or the Doom series. I mean, this game, it got, some 9s, some 10s on reviews. Even I gave it 9, so, I think like at least half the gamers have heard about Doom. When it comes to Doom, from technical point of view, this game is fucking masterpiece. It just works. The action is just so smooth, the shooting is just so great, it's pretty much perfect for arcade corridor shooter. It just works. It works like Japanese guys, because those guys work a lot. Doom works like Japanese guys, really hard and a lot. Shit. Anyway, they also threw in some platforming here, so that's a nice change of pace for the shooting, and they also stuck some sort of story here, which will it's a Doom game who really gives a rat's ass. But the story is great, they keep it kind of to minimum, and it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, they don't take themselves too seriously. So it fits when it comes to Doom. So the story was, it was there, it didn't bother me, it was good, it was fun. The only reason why Doom isn't higher on my list is cause, well, it's a first-person shooter, and these days I'm just not that into first-person shooters, and that's not the main problem. It's also a linear first-person shooter, and it's about 20 hours long, so in my books, that's quite a lot for first-person shooters. I mean, as great as this game is when it comes to being just, the whole package technical and shit, I'm never gonna play this again. Probably, because I'm just not that into first-person shooters, but I can appreciate, the craftsmanship that has gone into this game. It's just perfect first-person shooter, arcade style first-person shooter, If you just want to kill hell demons and shit, this is the game for you. It's great. It's number 6 on my list. Moving on.
Number 5.
And number 5 on my list is... Oh, that's right, I don't have a physical version of this game yet. I'm gonna buy one, but it's Maneater. That's right, the game where you're a shark and you eat shit. A lot of shit. Now I know in my review I only gave this game a 7, but still, that was mostly because of the technical aspects, it wasn't really that polished. It was still good, it worked, I didn't have like tons of bugs, nothing that broke the game for me. And it's basically a game where you're just a shark and you go around and you eat shit. You eat a lot of shit, you eat people, you eat other fishes, you eat other sharks, you eat turtles, you eat fucking whatever's down there in the water. Sounds simple, and it is simple, but your shark in this game, you can kind of evolve him, he's kind of a mutant shark, you can have like this bone armor to make him more tougher, or you can have like electric powers and shit. It's just fucking great. I mean, a lot of people have said that this is like GTA underwater, but I'd say this is more like Saints Row underwater, which is kind of like GTA, but more crazy. Saints Row is fucking crazy and this game is fucking crazy. I mean, honestly, I just had fucking fun playing this game from start to the very end. It was just really fun. I just really enjoyed my time with this game. And also one of the reasons why this gets such a high spot is because I kind of won myself playing this game. Because I'm afraid of sharks. I'm deathly afraid of sharks. I'd rather take a whole pineapple up my ass than go into a shark-infested waters. I mean, holy shit, are those things creepy and scary. Also, deep ocean. No, never.
Fuck no.
And to be honest, the first 3 or 4 days I played this game was fucking hell. I had nightmares about sharks every night, and it was at a point where I just went to my bed and I closed my eyes and I immediately saw fucking shark attacks and shit like that. So, I was freaking out. I did not sleep well. But yeah, like I said, just overall, really fun game. I fucking dig this game. I had fun from start to finish. Also, when it comes to the story, I gotta say it wasn't the most fleshed out or greatest, but it was the most entertaining revenge story that came out last year. At least in this game, there was kind of satisfying ending to the revenge tale. I mean, I don't think that any game that came out last year told, how revenge consumes you as well as this game did when the bad guy was hunting the shark. It was some Moby Dick shit. Just so great revenge tale. Which didn't have any pointless filler either. Moving on.
Number 4.
So number 4 on my list is Desperado 3. Now Desperado 3 is from an isometric view stealth tactical game which takes place in the Wild West. You can probably guess that from the cover already, but it's a Wild West game. And these days I don't play lots of, tactical real-time strategy stealth games or, real-time strategy games anyways. So it was really refreshing to jump in this one. I haven't finished this, which is why I was kind of, thinking, should I put it on this list or not? But I figured, fuck it, I'll just put it on this list because I really want to get back to this when I have the time. But every map in this game, you kind of usually you have some objectives you have to do on the map and then, escape. They do take time, especially for me, because I like to kind of take my time and plan out shit. So they might be like hour, 2 hour long maps for me. So it's a game that takes commitment, and I don't always have that, but I would really like to just get back into this game. I mean, I really don't know what else is there to say about this game, except I really like this, and I really want to get back to this, and if you're into, you know, tactical stealth games, from isometric view, real time, give this one a try. It reminds me of those Commandos games. I played those when I was teenager, at least the first one. I'm not sure if I ever played the second one, but those were the shit back then, and this is even better. I haven't played Desperado 1 or 2. I kinda, after playing this, would like to jump into those two, but I'm not sure if those are even for consoles. But yeah, like I said, I'm struggling to find time to finish this game, so I don't know if I had time for those games, so, you know, but I really want to finish this. It's great, I really dig this game. Maybe it's this high on my list because it's just so refreshing to play something different that I haven't played in a while. That's good enough reason for me, you know, technically it was okay, you know, I had no problems with it and shit like that. I got nothing else. Moving on.
Number 3.
And we hit top 3, so these are gonna be the crown jewels, I guess. 3 amigos, the best ones. And number 3 on my list, and I'm actually surprised it's this low on the list, because usually games from this series are, well, they're usually number 1 in my list almost every year. At least 2 or something, but number 3. But yeah, if you didn't guess already, it's Yakuza Like a Dragon. And if you've been following my channel, you probably know that I fucking love Yakuza series. And also, it's an Xbox game. Holy shit, what the hell? Except it also came out for PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 version is coming out later, I guess. So I just got this because I got the Xbox Series X and I needed something to play with that, so I got the Xbox version. And like I said, PlayStation 5 version is it's only coming out, you know, it's a little late. So first I was a little worried because they changed the main protagonist, you know, and he looks kind of goofy with his crazy hair there and shit. And also they changed the style. It's not beat 'em up game anymore like all the you know last ones were. It's a turn-based JRPG game. So that was kind of a big change, but I do like JRPGs, so you know there was hope that I was gonna love this, and I just fucking loved this. I should have never doubted. I mean, what fucking makes these games? It was it's Ryuga Gotoku Studio. They always make fucking gold. I don't care what they do, it's always gold. They make games that me like it. But yeah, anyway, Yakuza, like always, the story is fucking gold. It's so great. It's a slow burner at first, but once it gets rolling, it's holy shit. Although I do have to say, I haven't beaten this game yet. Problem is that I'm at the second last boss. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but apparently there's some kind of skill you need to learn to make things a lot easier when someone one-hit kills you, so I need to go and develop my guy still so I can get that one skill. So yeah, that was kind of cheap. I did not like that. I'm gonna beat this. I'm really right there at the end, but still, you know, it's a fucking great game, and it's a massive game. It's got tons of things to do, you know, besides the main story. It's got all those mini games that Yakuza games are known for. There's, you know, card action, you know, you can drive cards. There's trash collecting, which doesn't sound exciting, but holy fuck, it's actually pretty kind of cool. And also you got your darts and karaoke you always have in Yakuza games and shit like that. So, you know, all the basic stuff. I've talked about Yakuza games so much, you know, I'm not gonna waste time here, but I love this. It's fucking excellent. If you love JRPGs, this is definitely the best JRPG that came out last year, or in my opinion, in a while. So play it. It's great. Moving on.
Number 2.
So we're down to second best game of 2020, and that game was Streets of Rage 4. Now some of you might notice that this is still sealed, but I did play this game because I bought the PlayStation 4 digital version at first because the physical version wasn't available. Yeah, later on, limited run, they released the physical version, so I just had to get this. I fucking love this game, so yeah. Of course I'm getting physical version too, because if you love it, you get it. Kinda like math. You might have noticed that I don't love math though. I really don't get it. You know, numbers and shit. But I love Streets of Rage 4, and it's a beat 'em up game if you didn't know that. It's a sequel to Streets of Rage 3. That's why it's called 4. There were, you know, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, and those were all for Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. You know, the 16-bit Sega console. So I think Streets of Rage 3 came out like, I don't know, 25, 26 years ago, somewhere around there. I don't know for sure, but it's been a long time since we got sequel, which is kind of weird because Streets of Rage 2 is still considered one of the best beat 'em up games ever made. I gotta be honest though, I feel like I enjoyed fourth one a little more than the second one. The second one's still great, it's awesome, it's legendary, but still the fourth one kind of beats it. For me at least. And I just fucking love beat 'em up games, you know. Also the 16-bit graphics, this kind of has similar 16-bit 2D, you know, side-scrolling graphics that those had, but this is it's like cartoonish graphics, which works great too. You know, it's just great. The music's great too in this. The stories, well, it's a beat 'em up game. If you're expecting a story from a beat 'em up game other than Yakuza games, then well, you're gonna be disappointed a lot of times. If you like beat 'em up games, 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up games, you can't go wrong with Streets of Rage 4. Or 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, moving on.
Number 1.
And we're down to number 1 spot. The game of the year 2020, at least on my list. Let's see what game takes the number 1 spot on my list. Well, it can't be anything else than the masterpiece known as Fast and Furious Crossroads. Oh my god, this game is so great. I mean, it's got Vin Diesel, it's so good, it's...
Whoa. Excuse me? What the hell are you doing, Speedy?
Oh hey, it's ShinobiNando. What a great timing, man. I'm just revealing my number 1 game of 2020.
I can see that, Speedy, but the Fast and the Furious? Have you lost your mind?
What are you talking about? It's Fast and Furious. Do you know how popular that series is? Also, it's got Vin Diesel, who's, you know, teaching us the importance of family. I mean, family is everything. So, you know, I can't see how you can top that, but if you have, you know, some other game that you feel like is supposed to be number 1, I'd like to see that.
As a matter of fact, I do. It's obviously Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that one. Okay, it is the better game.
Fuck yeah, it is. What the f***? You did it? What the f***? Speedy, are you censoring me?
Yep, now you know how it feels when I visit your fucking channel.
It's only fitting that Speedy got a ninja-themed YouTuber to review Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is the tale of a young Jin Sakai and the origins of the shinobi. When the samurai are defeated at the hands of the Mongols, Jin must look for an alternative method in order to defeat them. Going against the samurai and Bushido code, Jin teams up with unlikely allies in order to turn the tides in the Mongol invasion of Tsushima. This game is excellent. It had everything. It had a fantastic samurai story. For those of you that liked your classic samurai stories back in the day, there's even an option to play this in black and white. Sucker Punch knocked it out of the park. This is a fictional recounting of the Mongol invasion of Tsushima, and rightly so, as it also kind of takes liberties with the origin of ninja or shinobi. Jin slowly realizes that his old tactics won't work, even though he is a very skilled warrior, which is highlighted in a lot of the gameplay, including the excellent showdown mechanic. Jin increasingly finds that he has to use subterfuge, sabotage, and assassination in order to meet his goal. While the story is linear, it does take some liberties with allowing you to either use the samurai method and fight honorably, or the ghost techniques and fight with dishonor, but subterfuge, assassination, and sneaky tactics. Sneaky, stabby, stabby. I think by my name, you know which pathway I went. Which brings me to the gameplay. The gameplay is phenomenal. The stealth works very, very well. Kind of a mix between Assassin's Creed and Tenchu. Although the stealth can break the game in some sections, your ever-growing arsenal can trivialize a lot of the challenges. One of my favorite parts of the game, and gameplay in particular, were the mystic abilities. Now, this is set in a grounded reality, so all of these attacks and abilities are actually grounded on some kind of technique, whether it be Iado or the Mongol technique of oiling a katana or a sword and lighting it aflame, down to hallucinogenic poisons that make it so it looks like the ghost himself can possess or controlled the enemy. The game is an absolute joy to explore. I actually love the intuitive system of using the wind or animals to guide you to secrets or new locations. They very thematically blended in exploration. Finding new upgrades, charms, abilities are all tied into the environment of Japanese culture. Increase your health by relaxing at a hot spring. Increase your mental prowess by either practicing on bamboo cutting stilts or meditating and writing haikus. I often found myself just exploring the map only to come across a bird that would guide me to a secret location or a fox which would lead me to an upgrade at one of the Inari shrines. And this game is gorgeous. I cannot believe that this is still only on the PS4. If they ever do a PS5 upgrade, it will blow my mind. The character models, the environments are insane. I'm sure you saw all over Twitter and Instagram all the crazy photo modes that people have been doing. And most importantly, it's fun, which for me is fundamental in any game. It can look great, the story can be phenomenal, but if the game is not fun, which this really is, then is it really a game? I could just watch like a samurai movie. Now, as I said before, the game is kind of easy, especially with the stealth options available. And once you get some of the more insane legendary armors, well, it goes from really easy to ridiculously easy. Now, Sucker Punch have amended this. There is now a free New Game Plus and new lethal difficulty. And not only have they released those for free, including new costumes, but also they released an entirely free multiplayer, which is, again, ridiculously good, with no microtransactions and a co-op campaign. Plus, the collector's edition wasn't too shabby. In fact, me and Speedy both unboxed it on each of our channels. That's why all other games didn't stand a ghost of a chance, and the Ghost of Tsushima takes the #1 spot of 2020.
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to someone else doing, the job here on my channel, so, I figured I'd play some games while he was reviewing that Tsushima. Anyway, now that I remembered Ghost of Tsushima, that was actually Game of the Year in my books too. Although I have to say, this game, as shitty as it was one of those games that's so bad it's actually good. So if you can find this cheap and you're into games that are so bad they're actually pretty good or entertaining, might go for it, like 10, 15 euros. That's a good price. I paid the full price. Don't pay the full price. But it was still weirdly fun for a really crappy game, so let's leave it at that. Anyway, I want to thank ShinobiNando for appearing on this video, and go check him out. I'll leave the links down there for his channel. Great guy, great videos. I love his unboxing videos. They're probably one of the best ones I've seen. After me, of course. Wink. But yeah, really awesome stuff. I highly recommend you go check out his channel because it is good. And like I said, links down there. So nothing's stopping you unless you're like a really lazy bastard. But you all know the ending here. Click like, click subscribe, click the bell, click the comments, click yourselves the fuck out of here and click yourselves back. Family is important. When I upload more crap. But for now it's goodbye. And I'm gonna go, I don't know, I guess enjoy this masterpiece. I got nothing else to do. Jeez.